had two puffs since we had cut. Caught my breath was a faith and luck, but the pain was rough and the aching sucked.
Hi guys, I'm Ash and this is Reed. And you're here with Tea With BXB Season 2 and we're with Fortune Igiebor.
Enunciation was so perfect, fam. Yeah, flawless.
Because I didn't know, I was sort of scared there because like your Instagram handle is like, oh, that's Fortune. And I was like, but then on your like on your singles or your songs, it's like Fortune Igiebor. So which do you go by?
Fortune Igiebor, yeah. Well, like, oh, see, Fortune Igiebor on the Instagram is just a bit long, you know, in my mind. And there was a period of time when people would be like, you know, Fortune, and be like, which Fortune? The one that does, and they're like, oh, that Fortune. Okay. So that became, oh, that's Fortune. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, yeah.
Of course, we're happy to have you. If you want to just kind of start at slow, introduce yourself to people who don't know who you are and kind of how you got into music.
Yeah, so the Black Sheep of Blanche. I am in this a couple of years now. I started releasing officially 2019, been making music as soon as I was able to write. Streets like to call me Mr. Rage at the minute. We got the big headline, Button Factory coming up, big capacity, big set, big songs to make, and we are onto something new right now. People are catching me at the start of my story.
Yeah.
So there's not much introduction that needs to be said at the moment because everything that would be introduced later on is happening now, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of way, yeah.
Okay, and you said that you're from Blanche.
Yeah.
Oh, so we.
You?
Yeah. Well, Unger, Clonsilla.
You as well?
Yeah.
You're Blanche. Yeah, fine. We're here, innit?
Yeah, you know. It's the best place in Dublin.
100%.
Side-eye. Side-eye. Where are you from?
Nah, he's from Blanche. That's what I'm saying. I was giving somebody a tour and I was like, bro, when you think about it, the facilities that we have alone, Blanche Shopping Centre, National Aquatic Centre, 4 or 5 gyms, see what I'm saying, minimum, bro.
Do you know
Air Parks, Millennium, Waterville.
We were only saying before as well, our shopping centre is the only free parking now.
People are very, very angry about Liffey Valley.
Yeah, that's carry on. It's a joke. Yeah. It's like €2 or something as well. Like, absolutely scandalous. Like, it's not it. You said, just when you were talking there, and when I've been researching you a bit, I've seen the word rage rap used a lot as well. What does that mean?
Rage.
How do you define it?
How do I define rage?
Yeah.
Rage is something that came up after my first headline show when we got booked for the second one. And we've kind of come to a point where our music is pretty incomparable in the country. Like, there aren't a lot of songs dropped by other Irish artists that can like relate to the music, and the beats don't sound the same, the flows ain't very, very similar, the instrumentation is completely outlandish. So a new rage is me and my family taking this whole new narrative and just kind of selling our story to people. Cause the best things that I've made in my career have come from a lot of anger, a lot of frustration within the industry specifically. So I said I can either sit in this little nook I'm in right now where I'm not really putting myself out there and people aren't seeing what I'm doing, or I can just be big-headed enough to know that I am doing amazing right now and we can push this whole thing. And it's something that all my supporters have followed. And the new rage it's a movement, man. It's all the people that feel left out and neglected coming together once a night, once every few months, and just being together.
And what do you think about like how, like, obviously we've heard your music and stuff like that, but so are you saying that you went into rage rap or you've always been doing it?
Nah, there's always been elements of it.
Okay.
I think I've always tried to take my music production, whereas right now, I know how much I can do with my hands and my mind and my mouth and my eyes, and I know what the team around me can do. So I put this on the table. I said, guys, I have this idea and I want to bring my people together. So even if it's a case of, if we aren't top 5 listened to in the country, if we ain't on whatever chart might be doing things for people right now, we have our ragers, because they show up for me every single time. You don't hear, I said this at the last time I was in this room, you don't hear of an artist with under 1,000 monthly listeners selling out 2 headline shows back to back. It just doesn't happen in the country. So a new rage is very, very, very real. And for some reason, my people believe it, they follow it, they love it, and it's something that they want to be a part of, and it's something that they want to see come to life. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a whole new movement.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's a breath of fresh air in the industry.
For sure.
Yeah.
It is. And speaking of the industry, you were saying that kind of inspired some rage that would have been inside of you. Can you elaborate more on that?
Well, like I've been watching things build in Ireland for long enough to be of some type of subsequence here. Like, I remember the first video that went out on Dear Fact TV when it did. I remember the first one that went out on New Era. I remember when Native TV premiered. I've seen so many things, and there are so many people who are in the higher up who will tell us that they want to bring people together. They want to give people the opportunities to make music, get better at music, but it's not the case. Unfortunately, there are people in the industry who are going to look at the numbers you pull in and the type of traction you can pull, which is fine once you make it known that you're about business. But don't come on a thing where you're talking about, it's not about the money, it's not about the numbers, it's not about any of that, it's about helping people get better, when that's never been the case. From the rappers in Blanche to the people that have told me they want to help me book this, get that done, I've never been taken seriously until now.
Yeah.
So that's where the rage comes from. And that's why I say I want to take people who feel elements of isolation in their creative lane, people who feel like they ain't been taken in, they ain't been given a time of day. That's my target audience. Because anybody in this room could look at the trends in the music industry right now, make the right tracks, and we're all going to do it. We can blow. Like, there's a formula, it's easy. But there's no longevity in that, and there's no worth in what we're doing at that stage.
Yeah.
I know my stuff is going to cement some type of movement after a while. I just want to make sure that when it's all said and done, I've done my part to make sure that the little kid who's getting the treatment like me has a place he can go to so he's not getting the same treatment. I could try to start a label tomorrow, but I wouldn't be able. So all I can do for now is put on these shows best I can and make sure that if somebody puts some money towards a ticket to one of my shows, they have the best time ever.
100%.
Yeah.
I really like your concept, and I understand that rage is what you're trying to promote, but do you think that's a positive? Like,
yeah,
positively promoting rage?
I think especially as an artist, a lot of beauty can come from accepting emotion. Like, I've made my best music when I've accepted that I'm going through a heartbreak, when I've accepted that I'm angry at whatever homie, whatever scenario. Like, that's when you are your true authentic self. Like, the mask is off, all the BS that you throw online, it's all filtered out. Like, it's just you, your emotions, and what's left to create. When I say rage, I'm gonna let the people do the mosh pits because that's amazing, that's fun. You forget where you are. The nights we've put on shows, they ain't felt like Dublin. And I think Unrage is a very clear example of, you could have so much to be upset at in the world, and there is beauty at the end of anything of the sort. I think everybody in this room can look at something or a period of their life where they felt like, this is the worst period of my life and life is not going to get better after this. Come a year later, it's fine.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where I wasn't getting booked for gigs, and there was a period of time when I wasn't in rooms like this talking to the likes of yourselves. Like, people didn't give me the time of day. I've been very upset for a very long time, but now we've taken it and made it a positive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of, the message I get from it anyway is that, yeah, you've accepted, you felt angry, you felt rage, but you've used it to your advantage and kind of turned it into something.
It's a superpower.
Yeah.
My emotion is a superpower, and I feel like anybody's emotion is a superpower once they can accept what they're feeling and try to move forward with it. And that's something that I needed a lot of practice from myself.
Yeah.
Like, I had to filter out a lot of the bad before I got to this good. Yeah. I'm just lucky I did it when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think the industry can change?
When you say change, would you say for the better?
Yeah. Because obviously you had to create this to feel like, to create your own path. Do you know what I mean? So when will the industry, how do you think the industry should change?
A while back, that's perfect. Thanks so much. A while back, I would have said the people who have the platform to put people on should do that. But one thing I had to learn in my process was nobody owes me the time of day. I feel like the industry would be in a better place than it already is, because Dublin is up right now.
Yeah.
Just create with such a level of fearlessness. Because I remember there were 2 instances where I was second guessing the idea of a new Rage. One, when I was postering and getting all of those graphic designs done. And then the second time when my man over here in the rehearsal said, at this song, this very second, you're going to say, you know me as Fortune Igiebor. Some of you call me Mr. Gorgeous, one of the songs, but tonight my name is Mr. Rage. I was like, that could either sound class or corny to the bone. And I spat it anyway. And by the time the song was done, we're hearing Mr. Rage, Mr. Rage, Mr. Rage, Mr. Rage. And now people are calling us that on the streets. Like,
yeah,
I feel like if you give your ideas the time of day and you cultivate them and you take time to really, really, really put your truth into it, if every single creative in the country did that, the authenticity is going to be clear. Nobody can say that we're biting accents or we're biting flows or we're biting concepts anymore. You know what I mean? Because you can see where everything comes from in terms of inspiration, but the differing point is how are you going to make that unique and genuine? And I feel like what Dublin needs right now is a level of fearlessness. And I'm not saying that in terms of the people who are already doing their thing right now, the people who are booking those festivals, the people who are up there touring and everything of the sorts. They are great. I'm talking about the people at my level where we're still working our way to the ground up. Because the people that are doing their thing right now, they're looked after. They have their crew, they have their team. My concern are the likes of us. Yeah.
100%.
So that would be my advice to those people in the industry.
I think we can agree with a lot of what you're saying as well. 100%. Just coming from Blanchardstown, we obviously speak to a lot of artists from there as well who feel the same way you do. Like they're kind of being left out of things or they're out of the mix. So for you to come along and kind of create a platform or a safe space for them in a sense is huge as well. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, certainly.
Now, obviously, you've had a drop recently with Jafaris and Danzy.
Yeah.
How did that collab come about with Jafaris?
I've been a Jafaris fan for so long. Like, it was something that I would have put in my mind. Like when I was 16, I was like, I'll do that when I'm like 25, when I'm like 30. Like because in my mind I was like, that's when I'll be able to have that type of leverage to pull the likes of him in. But Jafaris, he's just such an open and welcoming guy. Like it went from like me being on an Instagram live as a fan, him not knowing who I am, to him taking us in and asking me questions that really make me think about what I'm creating and what I'm doing. And I said, look, I've been working on the song for a very long time. Me and my boy Danzy are on it. I want to work with you regardless, but I would just love to hear how you sound on this. He actually took somebody else's spot on the song, Danzy. And we said we need something else just to fill in that little gap. And we all kind of started chilling around Jafaris a lot more all of a sudden, and then we sent him the song. He came to our home studio and we recorded it. It was very humble. It was very unique, genuine. Like there was stems sent back and forth for a while, but he said, let's just make it together in the same room, and we did that, and it's been doing its thing since. Yeah, I'm so blessed to have a track with that man.
Yeah,
it is, and it's I think what's really like nice about your music is it's so different. Like you can have one avenue and then you can switch it up like right away. Do you know what I mean? And it's like very authentic in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's a lot of artists that are doing what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? And that's why you've created a new sort of Rage.
Yeah.
But you said there, like, so you've been doing music since about 2018. But like you say that you're a model, an actor, and a rapper. So is music at the forefront or?
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be an actor before I wanted to be a musician.
Okay.
But rap really struck my interest when I was around like 8 or 9. So I just spent a summer practicing, and then I was like, okay, maybe this is something that we can hold on to. I just finished my course in Bow Street Academy. I did the part-time course there for acting, for film and TV, because I was getting a lot of auditions in 2021, but I wasn't getting no callbacks. So I said, okay, they see something that they like, but in terms of skill, I need to improve. So I had to run that up right quick. And the modeling thing, it's just freelance. Like I'm signed to an agency, but again, like I don't really bring the look that they're looking for the past few years. So a lot of the shoots that we have been doing model-wise, it's just kind of been like the fashion designers and the people in the business, the CEOs knowing us and being like, hey, maybe you could do this.
Yeah. I think you've done a really good job of actually combining the three.
Do you think so? Do you want me asking how so?
I seen the short piece that you did before Unify. Is it to promote Unify the event? I seen that. I loved it.
Yeah.
But even that is a perfect example. It's obviously going to be a music gig that you're performing, but you've used your acting and you wrote the piece, didn't you?
Yeah.
To help promote it with.
Yeah.
I think that's like a perfect blend.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm very, very lucky with the people I have around me. We've got this little clique we got going on that we go by the name of Family Ties. It would be these two men over here. You got Baby Girl Films. You've got Aluna, Kid Kuba, and Quangs, the engineer. Then we have Davey Jakes as a photographer as well.
Yeah.
I think I have one of the best teams in Dublin in terms of loyalty, in terms of work ethic, in terms of originality, and in terms of hustle. Because you guys have seen, like, on the Unify lineup, there's 4 acts, but we are putting in a graft to make sure that for ourselves, our brand, our name, we do everything we do to make sure that people know, regardless who else is on the set, Fortune Igiebor, Danzy, Kid Kuba, Elena, whoever it is, they're going to make sure that our night is the best night of the night. It's that kind of thing. So when it came to making AAA Fortune, we were like, okay, we've done our thing with the Sound House. A New Rage is a living, breathing thing. It's the case of there was so much hype around that show at the Sound House where we had people reselling Fortune Igiebor tickets. And we had people coming to the venue like an hour into my set, and it's so full. Even if you had a ticket, you couldn't get in the door. So with AA Fortune, myself and Alyssa just wanted to bring the idea that there was a lot of hype around the last one. We are very in demand right now, and you really don't want to miss this one. It's a lot of tickets to sell. I don't know how soon that show will sell out. But I just want to make sure that if you saw the last one and you hate yourself for missing it, don't sleep, you know? That kind of thing.
Yeah. That's really exciting. So obviously you've dropped that song. Like, is there any kind of bigger projects we can expect coming up?
Yeah, we're all working on a couple of projects right now. Myself, I've got an EP coming out this year. It's EP season, it's album year, guys. Like, everybody and their dad is dropping a project this year. And on that production, it's myself and Quangs, and that's kind of that approach, or that project is me kind of reflecting on going from the kid who's trying to get his foot in the door to the kid who's kind of being pulled in by everyone now.
Yeah.
Because we've gone from like booking our own shows to having nearly all the biggest venues either know about us, try to book us, or trying to find a way to make something happen between all of us. So I'm just trying to, this year I'm spending a lot of time trying to navigate going from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4. So that's kind of what that touches on, and that'll be coming out like close to the end of summer towards fall.
Wow, so we don't even have that long to wait.
We're at the 60-70% mark.
Wow,
in terms of progress. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, so we're going to keep an eye out for that then as well.
And do you think there's going to be any artists, like you say that the industry, you're not that happy with it and stuff like that, but is there any artists you think should have more recognition by yourself, or any artists that you sort of would love to collab with?
In terms of attention, myself and Alyssa were just coming back from Cubana's headline over the weekend. That was an amazing set, an amazing show. She's been doing her thing in any way. Like, she's such an amazing singer and performer. In terms of working with people, I'm very, very, very content with who I'm working with right now. I'm very, very, very happy because, like, I've kind of come to terms with the fact of the name Fortune Igiebor brings a lot to the table now. I know how much worth my input brings to a situation. So to be honest, I'm chilling with me and my family. There's not really anything or anyone that can do something for us right now that we can't do ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we've got the blueprints. We're just taking our time with it because it's a marathon, not a sprint, I guess.
Yeah. What I loved as well, when I was kind of researching a bit, I noticed that someone that you brought up that's on your team, Baby Girl Films, is it?
Yes.
You've been working with her for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'm the first artist she shot a music video for.
Wow. And you've been like on the same team ever since.
Yeah. We've done a lot together. I think we've done something like 8 or 9 music videos. Only a couple have gone out. We've shot one documentary before. We're in the middle of shooting another one at the moment.
Yeah.
We have short film concepts. It's Fortune and Baby Girl are a package. Fortune and Davy are a package. Yeah, we all come together.
Really is family ties.
It's just as simple as we probably care about each other way too much because the personal life becomes everybody's priority as well. But like, we support each other the way other people can't support us.
Yeah.
Like in a world where it's scary for my mother to hear that I want to leave college because I've got these shows and there's a potential of a second headline, a third headline, maybe this by the end of the year, maybe a tour in a couple of years. These guys gave me support that was just a little more difficult for my family, just surely out of fear because I cannot expect the same type of energy towards that left field lane of life from them when these guys are in the same field. So we look after each other, and we're very, very, very close-knit family.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just in terms as well, just while we're closing off,
Sure.
you're obviously talking a lot about kind of the underdogs, and there's a lot of artists that are just not represented. Like, I feel like personally at BXB, that's like our goal as well.
Right.
Like, we try and get on as many artists, find as many artists as we can. That's why we do all different types of posts, like the artists.
Yeah, you guys are very, like, there's so many different venues where you guys highlight artists, even through like fashion, through clothes, through playlists, and through highlights. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
That's why
especially if you ever do want to cross paths in the future, we'd be happy to work with you.
Yeah.
If there's any artists that you have in mind that you think we should work with or anything like that,
That's so sweet. Thank
we'd
you
love
so
to get
much.
them.
Yeah. That's amazing.
As well.
These guys are so
And
sweet.
hopefully at one of your shows we can do behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Definitely ready for that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. It's only coming out, guys, so there's no backing out or tripping out or anything of the sort. Yeah.
It's facts. It's wrote down.
yeah.
100%.
So look, that's pretty much it for today, unless there's anything else you'd like to talk about, promote, anything.
No futures coming soon. It's an
Okay.
Nice merch.
That's a clothing line.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Okay.
Why do I keep saying shit that's not done, bro?
We can cut it out if
coming
needs
out.
be.
Mr. Nuwusi, what would you like to speak to the man? Let me be the voice of reason. Yeah, it was
Guys, come and jump on the couch with a come and tell them on the couch.
on Chizino, man.
Let's go. And introduce yourselves as well so we know. Yeah. And maybe just shout because so the mic can pick it up.
Well,
Let me introduce this real. So this is my brother in Christ. This is Stanzi. I've known the guy for 7 years.
Yeah.
I remember I met him on Snapchat. He was doing his hustle talks, and I said, "This guy's cool. I want to be like Fortune." Myself, you should know me. I'm just a team player. Like, see what I mean? Do you know what I do? Because I love when people ask what I do. Because so many people ask. If you man watch football, I know you man. If you watch ball, you know Rodri? I'm Rodri, fam. You don't see my man, but you see why Man City play the way they do. You know what I mean?
What is the phrase you gave us? You said he's the thing, I'm the thing, and you're the thing.
I gave you to.
Yeah,
That's I was you, the visionary, and you're the mastermind.
What are you?
He's the pre-boy fam.
You know what I mean? By the end of the day, like, I'm gonna get. This is not like. You see, Fortune gonna talk his shit, yeah. It's nice, it's cool, and I love Fortune. But what he's not gonna say is, this isn't just a show for us. It's not a show for like, you know, to kind of like get our bag and dip. Like, I'm looking at Ireland. Like, I don't know why we're letting Madam in the UK play their music here from. On a love thing, it's great, but for a country that prides itself on individuality,
Sure.
long film.
What do you still say last?
I just said, look.
They need to stop playing Flow Rider on the radio. They need to get our music up.
Now, don't do Flow Rider like that.
Floor ride in 2023. Come on, do you know how many artists? Do you know how many Cello, Ace, Jafari's, Fortune, Danzi, Cuba? Do you know how many artists that are here
That's facts, yeah.
that spit the same thing you're bopping in your room? Probably, bro, I'm not even saying it because I'm my boys. I'm like, I know them. Like, no, I'm an honest guy. Like, if your music is shit, I'll tell you to your face. But the music that's coming out right now, the music I've heard, the music that you have not heard, I'm telling you right now, do not sleep. Because if you sleep, you're just killing your own future, man. Next man that's winning is for you. If you see someone winning, just say to yourself, he's opening the door that I can walk through. I won't have to manage that job. Do you know what I mean? Settles open that door. You see Ace here?
Yeah, we literally had Ace this morning. He was, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody can walk through that. Fortune is doing his thing. Once that door's bars open, watch how many man start doing. Rage. I already seen some out. Yeah, no. You already seen someone that are trying to do.
We're not trying to name drop now.
No, because like this is the thing we're doing. We're trying to bar something open so everybody can come in.
Yeah.
It all comes down to what Unify stands for, bro.
Everybody together.
It's 2 rappers from Blanche and 2 rappers from Tyler, fam. We did it deep. Look at it. You're 16 finna.
Just something. I think.
Yeah, just copy your tickets and that's all we have.
Yeah, we're excited. We definitely want to attend. We want to see what all this rage is about.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think it's only up from here for you guys, and we're excited to see what comes out this year. All these unreleased tracks, like it's gonna be a movie, and it's what the industry needs for sure. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Yo, my people, it's Fortune Igiebor here live and direct. You're watching BXB. You gotta like, subscribe, share the thing, and get to know the thing. We run it.